Hey, Mercy Village Church, it has been a while since I made one of these. I apologize. I want to convey just a few announcements and talk about a few things we got going on. First, on Sunday, we started our Who's Your One sermon series. We were in the book of Matthew, talking about Jesus calling us to be his disciples and then calling us to invite others to do the same. We handed out materials. Hopefully, you grab some of those to help us pray for specific people in our lives that we are hoping will become followers of Jesus as well. That sermon series is going to continue for the next 4 weeks, and I'm super excited to see what God is going to do in our midst. Speaking of which, we had a profession of faith following our gathering on Sunday morning, and that's super exciting. And so we're going to be talking about baptism with that new believer in the coming weeks. And then, Lord willing, in March, at some point, we'll have another baptism service, which reminds me to remind you if you are a Christian, but you've never followed Jesus in baptism, what we would love to do is invite you to be a part of that service as well. If you have any questions about baptism, please talk to me. I don't know if we'll have time to have a class, a baptism class, which again would only be about a 25-minute class before we have that baptism service, but we might. But otherwise, just talk to me. Would love to talk to you about what baptism is, what it isn't, what it means, and talk about how you can participate in that service as well. We have a member meeting this Monday. So if you're a member of Mercy Village Church, please make plans to be there. That'll be at 6:30 on Monday the 20th. It will not last longer than an hour, but we will take care of some business, look at some things that are upcoming. We'll rejoice in some things that God has done. Of course, there'll be the opportunity for believers or members to give testimonies of things that God is doing in their lives as well. So please make every point to be there that you can for that member meeting at 6:30 p.m. on Monday the 20th. And then last but not least, I just want to give you the heads up, potentially, most likely we will have the Kinzells. Some of y'all know the Kinzells. They're going to take some photographs of our church gathering on Sunday. And I know that can be a little bit weird, but we're trying to update our website. Just get that and get some good stock images for our social media. So please plan to be there, first of all, so that space is filled out on Sunday morning, and then just ignore them. They're not going to get any close-ups of your face or anything like that, but that's what's going on. And they're going to take photos in our kids' classes too, but they're not going to take pictures of your kids' faces. They're going to be pictures of the teachers and just pictures of the rooms in general. So just, I wanted to give you the heads up about that for two reasons. Obviously, so you're not weirded out by it, but also make a point to be there if you can, just so that that room looks full. But also, they were supposed to be here this past Sunday, and I didn't make this announcement. And then their daughter had some health concerns, and they had to go to the urgent care. Long story short, if they don't show up because of something else happening, don't be shocked. But just most likely this coming Sunday, there will be some photographers with us. So please make a point to be there, and then just kind of ignore them and try to just worship Jesus and participate in that gathering on Sunday. I think that's all I have. Oh, check out the app for we're putting those discussion or what I call discipleship guides on there now. They're great for community groups, but they're also great just for you individually to kind of revisit the sermon content and kind of apply that to your own life. And there's prayer requests in there and further study in there. It's just a really good tool, even if you're not part of a community group. And if you are part of a community group, it'll help you participate in the discussion that those community groups sometimes have. And also, sneak peek, and there'll be a more in-depth video about this, but in March, we're actually going to start a monthly discipleship group night where we come together, even if you're not part of a community group or for whatever reason, and we kind of learn how to read our Bibles, learn how to pray, learn how to kind of these basic disciplines, and also break out into some form of groups to talk about what we're learning from Scripture. And so that's just a sneak peek. More information on that to come. Love you guys. Can't wait for Sunday. Go ahead and read ahead. Luke chapter 5, verses 17 through 26. Love you guys. Have a good week and weekend.